I'm Mayumi Yamada. I worked for UPEACE, United Nations mission in South Sudan from April 2013 to June 2014. And before joining UPEACE, I also worked for United Nations Development Program, Kazakhstan, and Maldives, Laos, and Solomon Islands. In addition to working for United Nations Development Program, UNDP, I worked for United Nations Center for Regional Development, especially for disaster management. The reason is I'm also one of the survivors of the quake hit my hometown Kobe City in Japan, 1995. Generally, it is known peacekeeping operation is not easy job, and many people, including my parents, had the image that is for men rather than women. I think this is really true. So first time I said to them that I'm going to South Sudan as a peacekeeping officer. And I think my role was really facilitating the communication between the local communities in our compound now. And then, of course, UN agency and NGO who try to really do the best and work together with the South Sudanese and foreigners who fled from the conflict. Our biggest challenge started once we opened the gate of the UPEACE, and we wanted to keep all people alive in our compound. And then immediately our mandate seems to be changed. And especially me, as a women peacekeeping officer, I believe my role was very critical to talk to all these IDPs in our premise. Because constructing facilities and then also guiding them to live together in our compound with limited resources, we need a collaboration, not only UN agency and UNMIS and NGOs, but mostly, very importantly, we need a collaboration and working together with internally displaced people, and of course South Sudanese, and also some foreigners, etc. I want to also share my experience, how the local people see me as a peacekeeping officer during the crisis. I think that was really interesting experience for me as well, because I never expected that actually gunfire started, over my head, and then people rushing into our compound, or towards me, for example. And of course that usually I don't wear blue helmet and the blue hat of the UN, but to work in a protection site, I need to show who I am. I'm working in the UPEACE, so I wear the blue helmet and the blue hat sometimes. And the reaction of the local people were very interesting because, yeah, like me, women, tiny women, wearing blue hat and coming from UPEACE, and then try to establish a protection site operational, bringing water and food and medical assistance and working with military people and the police and the local community leaders. I think they were quite impressed my presence. Probably I was women. If I were the men, they would have the different reactions. So you were asking that who I am and then what you're doing, and then I explained that all my function, and of course that's the dialogue what I meant. Yeah, I explained everything what I want to do with you, and I think they were quite impressed what I'm saying, hearing from women, but they accepted. And then I think as a peacekeeping operations, that's the biggest role also we have now, is make sure these people can go home safely, or they will find the new destination as their home, out of UPEACE. And I'm really trying to find a solution how, safely we make sure they go home and then start building a new country more better.